I forgot to hit mute. There we go. On that note, welcome everybody to the Slab Lounge, hosted by the four giants, Gobblecock, Captain K, Bobbert, and Tyler Mann. Tyler Mann unfortunately can't be with us today as he's attending a family gathering. Ooh, sounds spooky and mysterious. And for whatever reason, what I know Sifu means is master in Mandarin, but like I keep picturing seafood in the back of my head. That being said, the Slab Lounge today is brought to you by Dr. Quack. Watch the explosive season finale where Dr. Quack must operate on himself. Well, his younger self. And by Cluck Your Mother Chicken. Try their new all-American chicken tits. Guys, have you heard about that what the hell is going on with, have you heard of that whole Nintendo thing with Smash Brothers?
Yes.
I've heard of some of the vagueness involving it, but nothing to be like... I'm kind of waiting to see how it all actually unfolds, basically.
Dude, I was reading it, I was doing this, and I was just like, the fuck? And then I was like, reading up like that, Nintendo pulls this shit all the time, and I'm just like, the fuck? And it's like, how the hell you have like a CEO of this up there? It's like, how can I fucking fuck these people over today? And just have a board of other people like, yes sir, let's do this.
Well, yeah, because like that's something I wanted to, because a lot of people were just shocked. Okay, here's the TLDR version of it.
So weird, right? Like, because the way they worded it is like, we're not stopping it. We're stopping it, but we're not stopping it.
Well, okay, but for those who don't know, here's the TLDR. Every year there's this fan-driven community Smash Brothers tournament. Now, Nintendo's been okay with it for some time, up until they gave the licensing rights to Panda or something like that, and they're just all like, okay, no more community-driven Smash tournament this year. And the notice was so short, everybody was like, what the fuck? Oh, Nintendo hates community-driven events, to which I honestly replied, where have you been? This is news to you? Do you have any idea how many times Nintendo pulled this shit? It's not just Toei Animation, Marvel, Microsoft. Hell, Disney went after Deadmau5. That one dude, that one EDM.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they sued all the time. And the funny thing about the Nintendo thing is like they sued, and then Then they started to sue some other person. They started to sue the Mario Brothers movies, and then they realized, oh fuck, that's actually one of our shit. Stop suing.
Wait, what are you talking about? Like
that Nintendo tried to sue to stop the Mario Brothers movies from being made, and then they dropped the lawsuit because they realized, like, oh fuck, they're actually our partners who's making this movie based off of a contract that we made.
Oh, you're talking about the one with John Leguizamo?
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, this is the shit that Nintendo pulls all the time. Mm-hmm. They're so sue happy. They're out there suing. We're not even realizing, like, oh shit, these are our own people.
Yeah. Oh no, they don't really care. Nintendo, whenever Nintendo's doing stuff, it's who's in the boardroom. Anything in extension beyond that boardroom, they don't care. They don't feel like that's Nintendo. That's why even in game deals, everyone knows that no matter what's agreed upon, if Nintendo comes back and is just like, no, we're not going to do that, there's no negotiation. There's no...
You can finish the game. It's like, okay, we're ready for the release date. Yeah, we decided we're not going to release it. Okay, so am I going to get paid? Yeah, well...
No, there's been cases where they flat out have come back and be like, restructure the whole game from scratch.
But you don't have a budget.
All this out, redo it again. We want these particular things.
Yeah, Metroid Prime.
Just like, the fuck.
Yeah, Metroid Prime did that. They did that with Metroid Prime, with the first Metroid Prime. But, do you guys know the story behind the PlayStation?
The original one, no.
Oh, because this is when Nintendo pulled dicketry and it bit them in the ass. So here's how it went. Nintendo went to Sony and they're like, "Hey, we want to do a CD-based console. Can you do it for us?" And they're like, "Sure." So Sony was making everything. So we're like, the contract was Sony would handle all the costs and just to say like they're associated with Nintendo. They're like, "Yay!" But, and this is a big but, Nintendo kind of went behind Sony's back to Philips to make and focus more on their CDI. Sony got wind of this, was so fucking pissed off. They released the PlayStation out of spite, and the rest is history.
I enjoy their spite, so I...
that is totally all on Nintendo. So, like, do not, when you say, oh, Nintendo's family friendly, no.
Right? Well, I mean, Sony said,
Nintendo likes to maintain being family friendly in the market. But if they need to get heavy, they will.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't Sony pull off some chicanery this recently with the whole Modern Warfare 2 thing because their console's not as powerful as the Xbox, so they're just like, dumb this shit down.
Well, that's different. That's different. That's completely different.
Is it?
No, it is because if your console can't handle. Look, if your console can't handle like the rendering, etc., then the fucking hardware manufacturer has every right to go to look, you already signed the deal. You're gonna make this game for us. You want this game on the PlayStation Store? Otherwise, fucking tone down the goddamn graphics.
Yeah.
That's completely reasonable.
Which, to be fair, nothing is wrong with the PlayStation Store officially, except for the fact that prices never change ever. Ever.
When have Nintendo games prices gone down?
It goes down all the time on the Twitch and shit. I buy cheap games.
I mean first party games.
No.
I'm talking first party IP games.
Oh, then no.
Yeah, no, they're always going to stay $60+ until that console generation's done. And even then it's going to stay that same price for a good bit.
It's going to escalate technically. Look at anything on the DS involving Shin Megami Tensei, and then go try and find games. Let alone the DS, but games.
Oof.
All I can find is, I think, 6.
Yeah.
And that's all they started.
And it's the 6 most common playable ones. But there's some lesser ones that if you enjoy it and you want to suddenly be like, well, let me go get it. If you're looking, be prepared to be on eBay with those hundreds of dollars, because...
Yeah, you got to either get an emulator or whatever, because it's I've been waiting for them to fucking redo the Mega Man Battle Network for the longest fucking time. Still hasn't done it.
Well, that's
you
more on Capcom.
You had hope for them to do stuff for Mega Man?
Yeah, that's more on Capcom.
Yes, I was hard as a rock trying to get Rockman out here in these streets in his own network.
And they gave you the bass and told you to settle your treble down. That's what happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, you know what they did? They did a money grab. It's we made Advance Wars again. The exact same fucking plot.
Yeah.
Exact same fucking game. And it's the exact same fucking price it was when it was originally out there. Going out there, we're originally it was out there with $39.99. We're now making it $59.99. Same amount of work, same amount of shit.
Special for you.
Right? I'm how the fuck can you do this? Ethically.
They're
what are ethics? I'm sorry.
Right?
Yeah,
you don't have that translated into kanji yet.
What about that? Ethics. Yeah, you think Toei Animation has ethics, especially considering what they did that one time?
Toei has been suing bitches for forever.
Yes.
Toei's gonna fuck you over because they have a giant ass fucking fat ass cat as an animation.
But even then, you do the slightest hint of anything from Toei, they are on you. It could be 5 seconds. They will still be the fuck on you in a heartbeat. It won't.
Toei Animation is so huge. I mean,
it's don't you dare have an orange circular object in the thing. It's that's a fucking Dragon Ball. Shut down.
You think it's just Dragon Ball? They got more than just Dragon Ball. They got they pretty much have if not all, a lot of shonen contracts ranging from. I think they're doing One Piece, aren't they?
No, they did. They did Dawn. They did Dragon, One Piece, Naruto. So they basically got those 3.
Yeah. Oh, sure. You could say, there's Sunrise. There's Sunrise. Dude, Sunrise only has Gundam, and they are holding on to that like it's the last thing they got. I mean, they haven't done anything Cowboy Bebop worthy in the longest.
Hey, they know where their moneymaker is. Plus, technically, Gundam officially had its 35th year anniversary thing.
Yeah, I want to know. I wanted to ask about that because I was like, wait, what's the anniversary thing about?
Well, I haven't actually seen that much about it. I know it somewhat got released at the same time as the newer series that was The Witch of Mercury, but I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm still behind on a lot of my Gundam movies, unfortunately, because I got behind on anime in general. So I've been playing catch-up slowly.
Oh no, it's the end of the fucking world. We're actually... Life happened.
I mean,
yeah,
that's what it was,
really...
but it feels awkward now going back and watching something and be like, I love this. It was released like 5 years ago.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm thinking like, this is new and fresh and all this. And then other ones that I had put off watching and I thought were one season. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can finish this in a day. And then all of a sudden it's like, episode 14. And I was like, wait, what? You got a second season? When? I didn't even know.
Yeah, they split and stuff like that.
So it's awkward being out of sorts with the tracks of where my seasons are for my shows. So I feel a little weird.
Right? Like, I'm still waiting for fucking Haikyuu to come back. What the fuck?
Yeah, it still has been kind of on its own hiatus.
Right? Like, what the hell? Like, they made it seem like it was coming out this fucking summer or fall. I think they said that shit at the end of the fucking animation day. They had the date on that. Like, you can't be doing that shit. You can't be putting out their fucking dates for people. Like,
can you give people hope?
Yeah, give people hope. Hey, what the fuck? Like, you're out here like that. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for like Tower of God. Like, you can't have these good ass series.
Oh no, I will admit I gave up hope on Tower of God because there was a giant scare with all the lawsuits because everybody went crazy when everybody was like, oh God, manhwas are actually good. And then all of YouTube exploded with Tower of God, and then you had Noblesse, and you had all these other things. And then the lawsuits came in and been like, hey, you're using our merch. You're using our stuff. Hey, why isn't a filter over that? And then all of a sudden I watched the community die the fuck back down to the sub-level that they were at. And then in the midst of all that, I remember hearing about the lawsuit that was delaying Tower of God itself, and then there was an assurance that the second season was going to be done. Then they assured the second season was going to be done, but then they stayed continuously hazy about when.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
because,
so it's a mega weird. So are they doing the same thing with I Met a Girl in a Dungeon, or How to Pick Up a Girl in a Dungeon?
I think that one's just sitting around for whatever reason. Because I don't think there was any hiatus or anything that happened with it. I think it's kind of like High School DxD. It's going to get another. You know it's coming. But they're just not saying anything, so you're just sitting in limbo. Because there's a lot of things not wrapped up, and they've set up too much stuff in both those series to just be like, yeah, I'm done.
Outside world, the guild system, like you set up this hero to be like, this fucking, hey, we all the gods know we fucked up. We got this other guy here to fix our shit. Like,
yeah. So I mean, like when you've set up all that, you're not going to be like, okay, let's leave it as a cliffhanger. Like, no.
That's what was popular.
But it's hard to ever know what's happening behind the scenes unless they're open about it, because we won't know till when it's released, and then they decide to be like, this is what happened.
Because I mean, like, it's popular too because it's like it's fighting. You had guilds. You had a tournament. You have a harem thing. Like, there's
well, I mean, because like even for me, a personal favorite series for me, regardless of what anybody says, was World Trigger. And World Trigger took so fucking long to get another season. I just gave up hope. I was at the point of just going to get the manga. I was.
Right.
Yeah, like
just years upon years.
No, but World Trigger was good. But then when they finally gave it a second season, it was like the second season is really nothing to do with the main plot.
Yeah, the whole plot because World Trigger's first season worked because it was so fucking long that it covered every plot point. You had a battle arc. You had what the fuck's going on outside, what they're learning to do, people's power-ups. When they got the second season, they're just like, have them fight.
Right.
And that's basically most of what the season's been. It's just them fighting themselves more than anybody else.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, well, no, never mind.
No, go ahead.
But by the end of the first season of World Trigger, because it's like they're rising up the ranking system. their goal was to get to A, right, so they can go out and travel to the different worlds. And then all of a sudden, like, that didn't stop. They're like, okay, second season, you're going to have them continue rising up the ranks and go to the thing. And second season is like, no, completely different.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was like,
I get it that you have to get Husei all prepared up to be a proper member and get his story and all that in there. But you fucking did that for like every other character within 3 episodes. Why was a whole season to get him to join the team properly necessary? But at the same time, not against more capybara scenes. Not against that. But not enough capybara.
One episode they're going to do that. But now they did season 3, but it's like, I don't know. They like you said, they took so long and they just screwed the pooch when they came back.
Well, so it's just... technically, to be fair, it's not the first time like a series screwed the pooch when they finally made its return. I mean, yeah.
Wait, are you gonna say Bleach because you hate Bleach?
No, I was gonna cite 2 things. I was actually gonna cite 2 things. I was actually gonna cite Game of Thrones and Westworld. Oh God, Westworld. God, what a fucking Season 1 was so good, and then we waited so long for Season 2, and it was just shit. And then I found out that Westworld bought it. It got canceled too, along with whatever the hell the HBO Max purge is going on at this point.
Yeah, because it's still in question what's gonna be left after that horrid atrocity.
No, okay. This HBO whole murder thing is so extensive because I forgot, like, because it's HBO and Discovery shit. Because I was like reading like CNN that's laid off like almost everyone on HLN, like a whole fucking network. They laid off a woman who woke up in the morning for 27 fucking years.
They're just everybody's too excited to be in Monopoly right now.
Right, but they're gonna go the opposite way.
Calm down.
They keep trying to. They're pushing the streaming thing and making everyone's like, "Hey, buy our streaming site." It's like that's the same shit they did with cable. Everyone buy cable, and then they started jacking up cable prices. Now they started doing streaming. You're doing the same shit. Read a history book.
It's just it's ridiculous, especially to make it that most of them that want to do it are the devices or the companies that think they're like we are the most vital. They can't live without us.
What's really ironic is
CNN Plus.
Right. Oh my God. That lasted 30 days?
CNN Plus. Right. Yeah, that fucking oof.
It's like, people watch CNN. No one asked for Plus.
No one asked for Plus. Because the thing is, it's like, the shit that you'll want on Plus is the documentary series. It's like, but aren't you with Discovery? Let's have Discovery Plus. Like, we only want to see Planet Earth. We don't want to see...
It's too many companies realizing I can make the most money if I quite possibly just put my stuff on a streaming source. And then they forget about the cable contract, so then they have to try and get out of those. So then they need you to make up the money that they spent to get out of that, and then they realize that's a horrible mistake, and then they creep back into the monopoly under someone else.
They try to do these podcasts. If you actually paid attention to the numbers, HBO Max was doing better than fun. It was doing amazingly well. The only thing then it was the merger that screwed everything up because they have all this debt. When AT&T and Time Warner merged, they're like, oh shit, we have a ton of debt. Let's look at some things we can cancel to save those losses. So the first thing on the to-go list was Young Justice. Then it was what was it called? Close Enough. Basically, a lot of their animations bought it. Like, a lot of the animated content bought it because, I mean, I get it. It's too expensive. Like, animation's serious expensive. But then they started going after, Raised by Wolves, then Batgirl, then they started doing the shit with the DCEU. Granted, from what you guys have told me and from what little research I did, the Ezra Miller situation thing really did give them a lot of ammunition to justify canceling a lot of the DCEU.
Yeah, his timing was not great for them. Man,
yeah,
right.
It's kind of, anybody who was in any roles that were anywhere near him, it was just like, oh no.
you know, because they were probably like, okay, we're taking all this other shit. I know we were going to be pissed off, but we can salvage this. If we get this Flash and this other shit off the ground, we can probably salvage this. And then it's like, hold up. Ezra did what? He's what? Motherfucker.
The only thing that's safe right now, and he even said this on Twitter, was James Gunn when he was all like, Peacemaker is safe for now. He has no idea what's gonna happen tomorrow.
It's like, yeah, that's about accurate.
But hey, I do have some good news, and I still heavily suggest you fucking watch it. Carl Urban just confirmed Dread 2's happening, and he's like, he's like super stoked. He's even like they're actually like they're getting ready to start filming and shit. I'm like, because Dread, the first Dread movie was great.
Yeah, I was gonna go to it anyway. Like,
dude, you know what I'm gonna go to? I think I seriously think I'm gonna watch the fucking Mario Brothers movie, the Super Mario Brothers movie,
because it looks good.
I saw so much. First they hinted at the Galaxy. First they hinted at Galaxy. I'm like, you're seriously gonna pull out Mario Galaxy? Then they decided to just they showed a segment of Mario Kart. I'm like, God. Fuck you, you pieces of shit! Now you're really tickling my funny bone.
I saw it earlier today, and it made me be like, well.
I was like, did they fucking bring out Captain Toad? Did they bring out Captain Toad? You motherfuckers! Because I love Captain Toad. I think he's one of the most.
They know what they're doing.
Oh, I want to choke slam them.
They know 100% what they're doing and what they're acting. They know the market. They're like, all these people keep saying stuff. Release the footage.
Release the footage.
When I first heard Chris Pratt say "Let's go," I wanted to turn off that fucking video and just give Universal the middle finger. Then they pulled all
everything
that other
else
shit out. And I'm like, you goddamn pieces of shit. See, this is what happens when you give things a chance. If you give it a chance, you'll unintentionally like it. Like I do, like I'm still, technically speaking, a Ruby fan, and I'm just all like, why? Even though Ruby is trying my patience with, well, I haven't watched that Ruby Winter Weiss, whatever the fuck it's called.
I haven't been anywhere near the Queendom thing.
Oh, is that what it's really called? Queendom?
I'm assuming because every time I see it, it brings up Queen. So.
It's that literal if it's called Ruby Queendom, I'm just gonna be like, dude, what are you trying to do? Fucking mimic that episode of the IT Crowd when they went to see that one gay musical called Gay?
You're like, yes.
Yeah, it looks like he's like, welcome to the United Queendom.
I have no idea what's going on in it. I just see it sit there, and I'm just like, I am not ready.
Goodness.
No. I have not forgotten what took place before.
Yeah, I mean, like, we had that god-awful Ruby Chibi, and then they had that one guidance side story nonsense with the animation being...
Like, yeah, but I don't fault them in the chibi, because if you're trying to legitimize yourself as quote-unquote trying to be the new anime style and stuff, yeah, you gotta have at least one chibi.
Well, no,
you gotta have a chibi, like they did with that Gundam
it has to be good. Avatar: The Last Airbender did its chibi episodes infinitely better, especially with the one with they were organizing the school dance or whatever, and like it was Zuko and Aang were both going after Katara so bad, but it turned out to be like the blue spirit that nabbed her, and they were both like, damn, that guy's smooth.
But see, that puts it back where it is, though. Because if it has good chibi, and chibi is mainly an anime thing, it puts you in that awkward pocket of, yeah, they're emulating extra hard if they're not anime. They're appreciating it. But it's just like they are in that area because that is very much not an American thing we do. We do not chibi things.
Well, I mean, did you guys see that SD Gundam battle, whatever, when they did that chibi Gundam shit on Toonami for a while?
That's struggling.
Fuck that thing.
Although I will acknowledge the SD game that came out around that time actually was fun. Mainly because they roped in like all the Gundams. So you just got smaller versions of them and still been able to use their other techniques just in chibi form. So Chibi Tall Geese is still working well. I'm okay with it.
Well, that's ironic, right?
Chibi talkies.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that, Bobbert. That was actually good. I mean, to be fair, he's not exactly wrong, which in itself should be its own sticker. Robert's not exactly wrong. How many times? No, think about it. How many times has Bobbert said some shit where I was all like, "God damn it, you're not wrong." I mean, like everything from Mia Khalifa to Armenians in that hairy situation.
The coffee show versus different world situation.
Yeah.
There's all this stuff.
Oh my god! Like I said, like the other Slab Lounge, the amount of meme material you two bring is just ridiculously good. Oh god! Speaking of, how was everybody's like turkey weekend or whatever the fuck?
On Thanksgiving, I barbecued.
I didn't do anything special. Hung out with some friends.
I didn't. I did.
Mom was working, so there wasn't really a family thing going on anyway.
Yeah, like nobody showed up at the school, which made sense, and I'm just all like, because I had to teach that Saturday, and nobody showed up. I'm like, wow, big fucking surprise. So we ended up getting paid to do nothing. One of my coworkers was literally watching nonstop One Piece.
I mean,
that
would be the time to catch up.
Right, I gotta catch up. I'm only on like episode 1020. I'm still waiting for them to show the fifth gear in anime, not in the manga. It's
I'm struggling so hard through those first 3 seasons of old animation.
All right.
It hurts.
I'm
100% with the plot, but my eyes, they hurt. It's the only thing that slows me down from the beginning. Because I've seen later season episodes and stuff. I'm perfectly fine with the vision. But those first 2 seasons, dear God.
Yeah, no, it's harder.
It's
definitely harder, and it's not as crisp.
Those lines are so visible and just
Right, and the thing is, I just remember watching this late at night on Toonami runs and the dub version, eating Wing Street rings from Pizza Hut.
Wow.
Well, because I know season 3, you can clearly tell when like the adjustments were made, and then from then on it goes up. But those first 2, like, there's some moments it's getting Shin-Chan level with some of that. Visuals are getting a little questionable.
Speaking of terrible looking animation, why is this so hard to come out?
What did you watch that sullied your soul?
I was watching Berserk again.
Oh, well, then that's not the worst. That's understandable. We gotta take our fix for what we get.
Because they're saying season 3 is on its way. Season 3 is on its way, and here I am stuck in limbo. Really? Already? God, I feel like we just started slab lounging.
To be fair, there was a good 15-minute rant beforehand.
Oh, but like that, and I was rewatching old episodes of Beast Wars.
Oh, preparing for Rise of the Beasts.
Wait, Rise of the Beast? What the hell are you talking about?
Transformers.
There's another Transformers movie.
Yes, Rise of the Beasts. Which implies that we're probably finna get Beast Wars people.
Yep. Well,
so I'm interested to see who shows up.
But it's gonna be another Michael Bay movie. It's another.
You get exploding T-Rex now.
Right.
Know what they're gonna exploding T-Rex. How about explode? No, you're gonna have. You're not gonna just have exploding T-Rex. You're gonna have exploding spaghetti. You'll be eating spaghetti and then poof. Yeah, what else is gonna explode?
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna team up with.
What?
They're gonna team
up
with
what you came for.
They're gonna team up with. They're gonna team up with that show La Brea that made no fucking sense. That's on NBC.
What are you talking about?
Okay, La Brea.
I know of it, but I didn't watch it.
Where it's like these people, like an earthquake opened up and like it sucked up all the people in Los Angeles, and all of a sudden they're in the prehistoric times. Like, okay.
Nonsense. Must I remind you about King Arthur and the Knights of fucking Justice? where that football team magically goes back to medieval times, and now they're stuck there.
Oh yes.
Yes.
How
and
you're
Captain
wonderful.
K's beautiful line: "No more protein shakes," which got me
To
going
be
for
fair-
like 5 minutes.
To be fair, in that series, it had some awesome special attacks. They were, for their time, they were pretty flashy.
For that, yeah, dude, you want to talk? You know what? How do I put this? You know what? I'll put it like this. I'm gonna. How much time do we have left? What does that say on my screen? 7 minutes. Okay.
Somewhat, yes.
Flashy. You want to talk flashy? How about Ronin Warriors?
Well, of course.
No.
Well, how would you not be flashy with Ronin Warrior?
No, it's not.
Right.
The transformation is the only transformation that could possibly be on par with Sailor Moon. It's setting up every moment of every ambiance of putting that armor on.
And also, it was easier for them to keep doing it because once they animate it once, like, we have this forever.
Yeah,
This
like
sequel.
that cut. Occasionally they would do the shortcut. You'd notice it because you'd be like, okay, I'm preparing for the 5-minute transformation, and it'd be like the curtains would come up, flowers burst, full outfit, and you're like, oh, something plot important must be happening. Oh,
Right? It's
we're
like they
pushing.
need every 4 minutes. They need these extra 4 minutes. Something's gonna happen.
Like that's usually, or if any of them came on screen already armed, you were like, something's finna happen. Like we're finna get a cliffhanger. Something's going because we didn't get a transformation. Like,
But in that vein, it's when you get multiple long
God.
transformations and they don't do them all at the same time, and it's different ones. It's like, man, you really did not have a plot today. You're just phoning this episode in.
Well, that's why whenever they got into the battles, if you remember, it'd be all the way until right what the battle's gonna be near the end, and then they're like, okay, I'm gonna do the special move. Hold on. And then you have to do the talk of what your move is, get your arm in motion, summon the power, pan over to the bad guy who's freaking out about the fact that you're doing the move but not doing shit. Then pan back over to you powering up the move. And then execute it to watch it hit the villain. And you're just like, wow. But that's the end of the episode, so it makes sense. But then you go fight Talpa, and they're just rapid firing fucking attacks off, and you're like, oh, y'all are finna lose. We can't end the episode if you didn't do a special attack that hit. Oh no.
I will say this much about Ronin Warriors, though. I mean, like they knew black is better. Black is always better. You want to know why? White Blaze died and got replaced with Black Blaze. Black Tiger was fucking, and he wrecked shop. He was doing things much better than White Blaze. Fuck White Blaze.
Well, even then, you gotta think about it. Like, even then, the most evil one running around them was Anubis. And even then, you're like, oh, well, we'll just take what was the black colored armored warrior and then put him over here as a monk. We still need him. Mm-hmm. Keep him. Mm-hmm. Which, to be fair, Anubis was still kicking ass as a monk when you're not supposed to technically be kicking ass.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like that one dude who kept saying "bear his children" in Inuyasha. It's like he couldn't get. What was his name again?
Moroku?
Moroku. That's another.
Moroku.
Moroku. Okay, no, sorry.
Moroku, Naraku. Everybody had to end with "ku."
Yeah, well,
Yes.
that's the thing about Japanese. Because stuff is on there. It's like without vowels, you can't say any fucking words. It's not like the Russian language and Cyrillic and all this other shit. It's like here's some consonants. Here's some consonants that make words.
It's not like the Russian
Each
language.
character,
and all
no
this
matter
other
how you
shit.
work, usually has a vowel behind it, unless it's some specific sound that isn't a sound.
Right? Yeah, exactly. There's no word on there that they can't have that doesn't have some type of vowel in it. Like vowels are like the most important thing in the Japanese
Jesus,
language.
you're absolutely fucking right.
Yeah.
I can't
As
think
opposed
of
to,
any
like,
I can't think
Czechoslovakian
of any Nihon
or-
character whose name doesn't end with wait. Gohan.
Oh.
But
it's
even
a
then, if
O
you
and
took
an
out
A.
the
But
vowel,
then
what
it's
would that
Gohan. He
name
doesn't
become?
count as a person.
But even then, take out the O.
Take out the O. Take out the A. It's like, yeah, nothing. You
You
just
just
have,
got
yeah, you have some type of Eastern European block. thing going on here.
The
Yeah.
name can't exist without vowels. You can't. Most Japanese words can't phonetically be reproduced if you have no vowels.
Yeah.
There's no constant combination you're getting
Oh my God, I love
to pull
you,
it off
Captain
unless
K.
it's somehow a Japanese word that is one letter.
Oh,
Which
Right.
you're cheating.
I absolutely love you. And, sir, what would you like on your salad? Oh, give me some cotton.
Right. It's like, let me get some chicken and gah. Chicken and gah. Gah.
Oh, baby.
I'm sorry, I have a condition where I can say no vowels. Then how did you just say the other sentence? Do not question that.
That
Right.
was-
It's like, how do you say this question? How are you speaking right now to me? Oh, what?
Therapy.
Therapy.
oh, baby.
I was trained these specific words right here. Outside of these words, I don't know any other words.
Oh, oh, baby. What are you gonna give? What kind of condoms do you have? Don't worry, babe. I have con rib for her pleasure. God.
For her
God
poop.
condom. Oh God, I'm gonna con condoms. You can't dodge.
Oh no. Lawsuits just waiting to happen.
It's like, I didn't come on you. I can't. I see him. I see him. I precipice. You know what's weird? The word precipice, like, right? Because it has the word pre beforehand, but there's no root word sipis.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is
That's weird, right? It's like how you can't be gruntled.
I mean, I guess you could. But
Are you
I
gruntled?
don't think there's a specific like expression tied to that. It's like that. I guess you could say the joke that they did on Young Justice about being
when nobody's
whelmed.
can just stay whelmed or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's kind of
well,
like
sorry.
you think about it. Whelmed is a thing because you're over and you're under, but
Right.
you don't really know what whelmed is.
Right, right.
So it's kind of
Like,
hard to justify if you're whelmed or not.
Well, it's just like, how come you always have to have vigor with Vim?
Yeah.
By the way, this upcoming Saturday is the Christmas party.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
remember. I was gonna. Well, I'll ask now. So the Christmas party thing, like, are you gonna you lift to me, or do I just go to your place, or what? How do you want this to work?
I was just gonna lift over your place because it's like I go from, because I live over by like SCSU and you live downtown, right? So we're just gonna go to
Oh,
downtown
okay, that makes sense.
and then go up because Bio Legend is basically over where IPS is.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. But like, back to the sailor, the sailor.
I was like, okay. I did not know we were having a discussion of sailors, but sure.
Well, to be fair, I had a dream where when I was in a gangbang with the Sailor Scouts, and I was just all like, huh, really?
Sailor Scout.
Who would you, like, which of the
Sailor
Scouts did you
Scouts? The original team?
think? The original, yeah.
Okay, because I was going to be like, I don't, no offense, I don't feel like you got Uranus and Neptune to sign on.
Well, yeah. Well, isn't
They're
Jupiter?
the lesbians.
Jupiter's lesbian, right? In the original one.
No, Uranus and Neptune are the lesbian one.
Oh,
Jupiter,
yeah.
I'm not. She's just lovesick a lot. She's very lovesick.
Well,
She falls in love easy.
okay. Who would you? Which one of the Sailor Scouts would you really just go all animal style fries and just destroy? You know what I mean?
Amy.
Huh?
Amy. Mercury.
Wow,
Mercury?
that was
Don't even have
that
to
was
hesitate.
the quickest.
I've always that's been my area always. No.
Honestly,
That there's no hesitation. That has never changed.
for me,
Which
it'll
one's
be Mars.
is that? Pluto?
Sailor Mercury.
Mercury
Oh, that's
with the
Mercury.
blue skirt. She was all with the cut stuff. She seemed nice, and she always seems like the sexually repressed one, holding it back.
Yep.
See me, I would go for Mars because she's
Fuck
like
you!
inspiring.
Fuck
We want
you!
to kick her out.
Such violence.
I wanted Mercury. I want her fire all over my face, goddammit. But no, Robert had to beat me to the goddamn punch. Now I gotta go with my silver medal. You jackass.
I love Leah Remini from King of Queens. I love that kick my ass attitude. I just think it'd be fiery when you actually get to do shit. You know?
That's fine. More bubbles for me to soak in.
Like, I'll get you wet.
Wow! Oh my God! I can't believe that came out. It's like when I said the N-word when we were playing Cyberpunk. I so apologize. I apologize. I am so sorry.
Such savagery.
That really did come out of me. I am so sorry, everybody. Jeez.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so Bobbert, here's the context. We were playing like Cyberpunk 2077 yesterday. Someone hit my car, or rather my stolen car. I got pissed off and I said nigga, and I was just all like, oh God, I hate saying that word, and that really did come out of me.
And then I reminded him that he let his inner stink meaner out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Captain was all like, Doug let out his inner stink meaner.
What you gotta do? I hate you. What you gotta do?
Oh my God! You know what I would? You know, oh my! It's so serendipitous that we brought up that I brought this up. You know, I don't know how I would feel as a black man if Mr. Rogers said that. Like, he's in Compton, a bunch of hoods are like, yo, my dog, Mr. Rogers, what us do, son? What up, my nigga? And I'm just like, how would you take that? Like, I don't know if I'd be like, wow, I respect Mr. Rogers, or what the fuck? But then again, you know he's not gonna mean anything bad by it. I don't know how to fucking take it.
Well, there's no way Mr. Rogers would be saying that on the actual network TV show if it was white. Like, I'm just saying, like, you would have to have him black, right, in this scenario.
Yeah.
Well, then it's just gonna be like the Cosby Show, kinda.
Wow, I don't know if you should bring up Cosby Show, considering how we know what kind of monster Cosby is.
Super monster. Okay, let's do this. Which is the worst monster, Bill Cosby or Kanye West?
Woo!
That's a very good question. Well, I mean, to be fair, I was originally.
Oh, you gotta put that kind of context on it. That's.
You're gonna talk about monster.
Well, I mean,
that's a hard toggle.
I'm still gonna. Well, to be fair, I was gonna make fun of both of them in Insane Heroes, which unfortunately has to go on hiatus because of my well. It's not a bad because, technically speaking, I mean, my boss is paying me to make his video game, but at the same time, I still want to make fun of, I originally wasn't going to make fun of Bill Cosby out of respect for the victims, but after he got off of that technicality, that is all vindication, all those floodgates are open, and I am writing all sorts of bad material to make fun of Cosby. As far as Kanye is concerned, I already did a video making fun of him on when I abridged his presidential campaign. This is when he said slavery was a choice, like a fucking moron. But now, after what he said in terms of like defending, like saying fucking Hitler wasn't.
Nazi said some good things and Hitler wasn't that bad. He gave a microphone. He did it. He gave him bridges. He fucking did it.
It's you done fucked up when Elon Musk is actually saying shit that makes sense when he said I want to punch Kanye in the face for saying what he said. And I'm just like, it's a dark day in American history when Elon Musk, that smelly piece of shit that's destroying Twitter, is saying something I actually agree with.
Elon Musk is a modern day fucking Edison.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't invent Tesla. He just bought the people out and said, I did this shit. And then once you have the money, you just start buying other shit out and just being like, I did all this shit when you didn't. And he's just ruining shit. That's why he ruined fucking Twitter.
Yeah, and even then Tesla's in shit because the Tesla cars are killing people.
Well, the thing is, people keep correlating money to being smart. Trump is not smart. I mean, I guess he's smart in how to do crime. He's crime smart and how he's been able to get away with having all this fucking other people's money and laundering shit.
Well, and to be fair, technically, you're giving him credit there. He has people who are crime smart.
Yeah,
because he's not super. He's not over there crunching his own fucking taxes.
Yeah,
and be like,
Yeah, that implies that he knows how to add. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what 2 + 2 is.
He just knows somebody who's smart enough to be like, this is going to be a problem for you later. And then he agrees that that person's smart enough to advise him. So then he just believes them. Even if they're technically dumb.
He has the way he has, he's smart. He has the balls enough to bully, push people around enough to get what he wants. That's what he does.
I will get that. He does handle that bully role extra well.
He's out there. Anything. That's why people are like, I'm not sure DeSantis could beat him, because it's like, yeah, because you can't go out there, because any scenario you want to think in your head, times that by 10, and he'll fucking do the worst thing by 100. Like, you don't know what he's gonna do, what he's gonna say, and he'll just say random shit.
Jon Stewart said it best in one of his skits when he was saying that Trump says the worst things in response. When he was saying, like, you know, at a restaurant, the waiter asks you, soup or salad, and he goes, I'm going to say the N-word. It's like, yeah, that would be a Trump response.
Yeah.
Right? Or he'll be like, if it's a female waitress, he's like, I'm going to rape you on the table and get away with it. Like,
yeah, like, it's just, it's ridiculous stuff. It is the one thing that I'm constantly, like, in awe of, that people are just like, oh, yeah, no, he's not that bad. And it's like, there is... Like, it's not so far past for you to, like, pretend like the evidence is gone. It's still there.
Well, okay, here's the thing. It's just like how LeBron James was making the point between Kyrie Irving and Jerry Jones. It's like, how come no one's asked me about Jerry Jones? No one's asked me about Trump and all this other shit when it's horrible shit. But when a black person does something, it's really bad. And it's what a point that Bomani Jones makes, where it's like, I think everyone's invested that black people have to be a certain amount of bad, because if not, it rocks everyone's worldview, and that's why we go harder.
And that is kind of true. No one ever aims to be like, oh, they're completely innocent. It's always somehow that person the black person still needs to go through some change or recover or adjust in the scenario.
Something way worse when it's like, no, in comparison to other people, it's like they're on a 1x scale. All these other white people are on a 10x, 100x scale, and then they only go through it for like a day. Black people going through it through weeks. They're having other black people weigh on it. Like,
though there are signs that might be changing. Hear me out on this one. Bill Burr said it best. Every 6 months, the machine has to eat up a white person because a white person says something stupid. Take for instance he was all like, remember the tennis match between oh my god, the two sisters. Oh, why are their names escaping me?
Venus and Serena.
Serena, yes. All the sportscaster had to do is to say the score and shut the fuck up. He didn't have to go on that fucking little tangent where he's all like, yeah, I met Serena Williams. She seems like an intelligent person who, if you're stuck on a crossword puzzle, she can help you with number 8. And like the other two sportscasters are just like getting away from him, and while like simultaneously he's realizing what he's saying, and he's just like, please, for the love of God, go to commercial. Then like a week later, he has like all of his stuff in a box. You could see his Emmy. He's just all like, I am so sorry for the comments that I said, and like, no, your career's done. That's what happens every 6 months. The machine has to take just a prominent white person. That's
because it's the only way that it can balance the system. Because there's too many they don't take.
Yeah. It's not like Bill Burr's. It's not like he's saying that on a whim. He literally says from virtually every comedy special, he's like I got that evil in me, because white people we do way too much bad shit.
Super bad shit without even anyone asking. It's like no one's asking you to do half of this bad shit, and it's just like, it's just happening. And like these people that do these gaffes, it's like they're unforced errors, man. Most of these times, like, no one asked you to do anything.
That's from the problematic generational having your culture not ever feel like you're in danger or being viewed at in a particular light. So now when it suddenly is, it's kind of like, oh, those things we did, ha ha ha.
Well,
even if you didn't do it.
My theory is that the skeletons have been out of that closet. It's just a lot of people choose to just straight up ignore it. But, like, and this is one of the driving factors, and they're still failing to sweep it under the rug. What happened on the insurrection? That is still, like, very much locked into a lot of people's memories, and a lot of white people don't want people to remember that. And I'm like, sorry, you can't unring that bell, you fucking morons.
Pressure. It was economic pressures that call you going there, and it's like, no, bro, like, poor white people will have so much more in common with brown and black people, but the thing is, it's like, they know that white people got an advantage, but if they accept that, they're going to be like, well, this must be my fault that I'm poor right now, because our family generation has had all these fucking time to exploit these other people with free labor, and none of us did it. So we can't allow this history. Right? Because it's not. It's just why you poor now. Because
that's why it's like, in the past, there was an actual existing middle class. As much as everybody tries to act like it's still here, middle class disappeared.
It got there because of the GI Bill, and all these people got free houses from going to wars and affordable shit and affordable cars. Mm-hmm. And then you can work at a gas station and still have a family.
Yeah. And then now we're at a point where if you're working a gas station, I hope you have 3 other jobs lined up that day.
Or you own that gas station. You got to own that gas station. That's the name of the game. And the thing is, it's like, the problem was in the 80s with Reagan when it's like, let's get rid of the unions. The unions was keeping everyone at a nice, stable rate. And it's like, you know what? Let's also get rid of any psychiatric hospitals for these crazy people. Oh, homeless people are up. More problems. But you know what? We got trickle-down economics. No, we got trickle-down problems, bitch. That's what we got.
It's,
I mean, it's like, the Goodwill where I work at, like La Jolla, right? Talking about, the people like that, it's like, they are not middle class at all. Like, none of them are. They are just affluent AF. There is no...
you got Alicia Keys lives out there.
She's not well. Oh yeah, someone who's not wealthy.
You got Matthew Gray Gruber, who's from Criminal Minds, who lives out in Mission Beach.
I'm just saying this all because like you can't. The middle class doesn't exist anymore. It never. It's been done because and one of the driving factors was I think one of the driving factors that started the whole, like, rigmarole was, like, the housing crisis back in 2008, which, some reason, people denied. Loans. For some fucking reason, people denied there was a housing crisis back in 2008. I'm like, what are you... Banks literally, like, tricked a lot of people into buying more than they should. And then when people couldn't afford that shit, banks started losing their shit because they couldn't recoup the losses anywhere. And if the banking institution fails...
And we bailed them out. Like, we're still bailing out Boeing, like, every fucking other month.
Yeah. I mean, like, never mind the automotive industry. Because, like,
Dude, that went out, and then people were okay. People were going to get mad at Obama, who was going to bail it out. Like, don't bail it out. Like, no, this is the one industry we should be bailing the fuck out. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, because, like, what do you got? We don't have, we can't make good steel anymore. Dude, that's not the, you go to big companies for that shit, because they've been outsourcing for fucking decades.
Yeah, we don't produce shit.
Huh?
What is production?
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Right, we can't produce steel. It's like, well, we got that from China. Like, yeah, you guys chose to do that. No, that top white guy at the thing is like, I want more money. It's like, I'm making $3 million, $500 million a year. It's not enough. It's just that Kobe meme.
Why do you think the chip shortage? Why do you think the chip shortage happened? Well, do you think that there are any there are some chip manufacturing plants here in the States, but nowhere near as much as outside the country? It's just like, that's just a given fucking fact. And like, on top of that, like, look, I know I'm going on a tangent here. I fully accept that, and I will eat it. But like, when you say, oh, I have all American stuff. What even is American anymore? I mean, like, you can't say Budweiser's American. Anheuser-Busch got bought out by that South American Belgian company like decades ago. You can't say you eat. If you say you eat American foods, okay, what constitutes as American? Oh, a grade A American steak. Nope, steak is actually a Scandinavian dish. Try again. Fried chicken. Nope, that's Norwegian. Keep going. And hot dogs. That's German. Nope, that's not American, you fucking idiot. Not even burgers. 90% of what people claim to be all American isn't even fucking American, and it's so frustratingly.
But the only thing American that we could take is stuff that's from Native American, or we could take peanuts.
Like I said, corn.
Yeah, but no white people, but like a lot of white people won't accept that. They don't want to give. Like Paul Mooney said it best. The black man is the most copied man in America, bar none. Everybody wants to be a nigga, but nobody wants to be a nigga because they take everything from. They take a lot of things from us. Think about it. Cornrows were ours. Nope, not anymore because too many white people do that. When the Philly cheesesteak was exploding, every fucking fast food like Domino's, etc., they took that and made it their own. I mean, it's just
they made it worse.
Huh?
I'm saying they made it worse. Their Philly cheesesteak, their bread and shit, they just make it so much worse.
Yeah, well, doesn't matter. You see my fucking point.
Yeah, the point is they're taking greatness,
look at that rubber lip nigger. Oh,
and
check out
rich.
her DSLs. Oh, that nigger's got a huge ass. Oh, she's got an onion booty. Fuck you, man. Like
Kim Kardashian, they took our looks, our big ass booty, and they sold all this shit on there. Kim Kardashian slept with our Ray J.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, God, famous.
I mean, I know, I get it. You know, they're jealous of what we got. They're jealous of what we got. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we're more intelligent. We have a lot of flavor. We bring all the style. I mean, like that just but like they just don't want to acknowledge it. Why? Because they know we can. They know we can fuck them up.
Well, look at Elvis Presley. In that Elvis movie, did they ever acknowledge that they took this shit from black people?
No, I'm pretty sure they didn't.
I mean, in Forrest Gump, they didn't acknowledge it either. Oh, you know what's the weird thing about Forrest Gump? I read somewhere that in the sequel, they were going to have a Forrest Gump sequel.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
9/11 happened. And then I guess there was going to be a scene in there with the 9/11 towers in there.
And
they got scrapped.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, but it got scrapped. And then the guy was saying it. I think it was at Mean House or whatever. He's like, what's it going to be? Like, he was like, I talked to two gentlemen. Like, I don't know. Maybe you should take out those towers. They don't seem protected.
Oh my God, that's so
yeah, that's how they're gonna do it. I'm just saying, like, shit's weird.
Look, I still wholeheartedly stand by, like, you know, you can't make certain like dark humor. Like, you could talk dark humor all you want. I don't think you can make any jokes on 9/11 at all. I mean, I don't know.
Team America World Police did a pretty good job.
Well, but
that's Team America though. Like. That's
Trey Stone and Matt Parker.
Yeah, they're you know,
they're pretty good at
I'll retract that statement.
I retract that
statement. I completely forgot Team America existed. I retract my previous statement. No, it's true. Like, I have to own it. Like, I retract that statement. I completely forgot Team America existed.
To be fair though, the people who made it, they've been walking the line on tight and difficult issues all the things, so they know what the fuck they're doing, and then they have an audience that also will give them latitude because they know, like, this is their bag, you know, like, it's not like some random person doing an ad business.
That's something I wanted to argue with Tyler about when he was saying, like, Family Guy is getting too political because I was seriously gonna be like, what do you think South Park is? They make non-stop political statements.
Where they followed Trump as Mr. Garrison, and that was super hilarious for the longest time.
Yeah.
I mean, Family Guy tried to do Trump in their own episode, and then they had Trump try to rape Meg, which honestly kind of busted the plot because it's like that made no sense. But
well, again, that's because that Family Guy just sucks now, dude. No matter how much you try, like they're nowhere near as funny as they were. At least The Simpsons is trying to make a comeback.
They're trying to go back. They're trying to revamp with the writers and stuff. I think Seth MacFarlane. I've been telling people this for years. Is that Seth MacFarlane is more focusing on American Dad, which I think was way funnier, and over to a Family Guy years ago. And I'm not sure if he's trying to do the Orville season 3 or some shit.
Wait, that's him? He did Orville?
Yeah, he's on the show. He does the thing.
Well, I never watched it. I just keep seeing ads for it, and I'm like, that looks
stupid.
stupid.
He wanted it. That's one of his few things of why he got into becoming a writer and doing that stuff, because he always wanted to do the show because he's like, oh, I love watching Star Trek. I love the idea out there exploring.
Oh, that's okay. Never mind. I'm thinking of something completely different. Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't know it was still ongoing.
I'm not sure if it's still ongoing, but that explains more of what happened with Family Guy. Because I was like, if you've been watching American Dad the past couple seasons, even though they switched the schedule and they got on TBS and like they kind of got Family Guy in the fall and American Dad kind of like in the spring, that American Dad is way funnier and way better than Family Guy because he's been putting more work into it.
Okay, but I didn't know, I didn't know. I hope Orville.
I'm not sure if Orville's coming back. I mean, if it was coming back, it should have already been out here on this season.
Ooh, that was a slog and a half. I was just nope. That was all the nope in the world, man. Orville sucked. But then again, like but then again, like I'm just gonna say, when Seth MacFarlane started out, first of all, I didn't know he wrote a lot of Johnny Bravo because I rewatched those Johnny Bravo episodes, like when Johnny teamed up with Adam West or when he teamed up with Scooby Doo and the gang. I was just like, these are legit funny.
Whoa, mama.
He did that one, and then he did that one cartoon for Cartoon Network. I forgot what it was called, but it had like a talking dog that only this dude can understand. And
Mr. Pickles?
Huh?
Pickles?
What?
Mr. Pickles?
Mr. Pickles?
Was it Mr. Pickles?
You mean Mr. Pickle?
No. Mr. Pickle, that was a demon dog, right?
Yeah, on Adult Swim.
No, this was way before. This is when Cartoon was still a thing.
Ooh, Cartoon. So it didn't do Courage, Johnny Bravo, Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Yeah, that whole deal.
Only he could understand the dog.
It was funny then. And then, like, the point that I'm trying to make is, when Family Guy first came out, up until the third season, before it was yanked, it was hilarious. When it came back, it had a couple funny episodes, especially the one with the FCC. Oh my god, that was great.
Yeah.
Right. But then, like, his Stewie stopped using big words. He stopped wanting to kill Lois, and then it was like, hey, let's call that out. Let's have Stewie kill Lois. And then when he finally attempted to kill Lois, it was complete crap.
No, what they did, they rebranded Stewie. Well, they didn't really rebrand it, but they less focused on his world domination kind of shit and more on his gay tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of it. It was like that and him calling out Brian on his shtick. That was it.
Yeah, it was bad. It just descended.
But I
shit.
did like the Brian and Stewie's episode more than other ones because they kind of do some witty banter that doesn't really happen when a Meg Chris episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's another thing. When they first showed Meg, she was uninteresting. Yeah, okay, I get it. But then they just kept abusing the fuck out of her, and everybody seemed to be okay with it. I'm like, what the fuck? At least when she comes back from prison, she honestly says, "I'm tired of getting dunked on all the goddamn time." And she had every right to be.
Yeah.
Well, she said it after she got back from prison. She also said it during that hurricane episode. She said it they have a couple episodes where she stands up for herself, and then the next episode, shit's back to normal.
Yeah, I mean, come on. No, none of that. Like I said, Family
and
Guy
they also
for me.
have either Meg. They have Meg as unattractive, but they also have Meg as sleeping with a lot of people. Like she got double teamed by Mario and Luigi. She slept with that prisoner guy. She slept with the mayor.
What?
She slept with that one like other big guy. I think she also had sex with Jerome.
What the? Okay, all right. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not touching this. I'm
just saying, like they
You're
at
like,
the
I'm
same
out.
time
Yeah,
they make
pretty
her
much.
ugly, and they make her a slut that she's getting lots of action too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about sluts.
Because anytime she gets involved, they usually try to act like, yeah, she just...
Imagine Sailor Moon as a slut.
Oh, God.
Oh, well, of course she's a slut. I'm trying to hit that dark side with a buddy.
Yeah, I mean, wait, didn't she fuck with Tuxedo Mask? And then when Tuxedo Mask lost his memory, she went for someone else.
To be
She's fucking
fair,
with Tuxedo
what
Mask.
that other person was technically, if I remember correctly, Tuxedo Mask with... No, it was that dream guy who doesn't actually exist. It was the reign of, like, that Arabian Night.
Arabian Prince or something like that.
Yeah.
And then later on, he got punted off because he was no longer necessary for the plot.
Well, here's the thing with Tuxedo Mask is that everyone can wear the mask, so we can just run trains on Sailor Moon all day. Like,
Oh God, no.
Whoever has the power. It's
I'm
not
about
the
to He-Man that
specifics.
What was Tuxedo? Hold on, let me try to English again. What was Tuxedo Mask's appeal? Honestly, I've got a tuxedo, I've got a mask, a top hat, and a cape. Anybody can rock that, you fucking idiot.
no,
But back then,
the appeal
stylish
was the girls.
was the thing.
No, the appeal was the
really?
girls
Captain
was
K,
like-
are you saying you can't rock that?
I mean,
No,
I could, but I would prefer the Empire Hunter D's look.
The appeal was for like to girls is like, hey, I know you're out here doing it for yourself, but there's always a man that just shows up that's hot,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Because, I mean,
The
any
thing-
episode he showed up, what was he doing? Helping her get the finishing blow. It isn't
No,
until
but-
way later that there's episodes where he's not doing that because he's indisposed.
yeah,
Or
and
he's the conflict, depending. you
Yeah.
know.
And the thing
Did he
is,
have a
you
rose
also
or something? Wasn't his power involving throwing roses?
I mean,
Yeah,
technically that wasn't a power.
but
just
he does it
did
all the
that.
time. But my thing was that they were just subliminally trying to get girls into marriage. Tuxedo, roses, guy shows up all the time when you need him to.
Yeah, and officially when you go to the canon lore of them, Serena is supposed to be the Moon Princess.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
the King of Earth. Well,
Yep.
Prince of Earth at that time. So
And
they
they
were
married
supposed to be
together.
together anyway. So that pretty much puts Sailor Moon as Cinderella, except you're battling the evil stepmothers
Yeah.
with
And
tiaras
it's an arranged
and
marriage.
magic.
It's an arranged marriage with a cat that's telling you what to do.
I mean, to
Even
be
the
fair,
cat got lucky.
there are other cats. That's
And
no
the cat
stranger
got
to
lucky because
fairy
he
tale.
got a girlfriend cat.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's no different than fairy tale. No one questions Natsu about Happy.
Yeah, that is true.
So cat don't count.
Okay,
Well,
so
cats are
counts.
on everything because you have Cat Sailor Moon, you have cats in Card Captor Sakura.
Well,
I
but see,
remember
that's
Card
different.
Captor.
Because Card Captor Sakura, you don't have a cat. You have Caraberos, which is technically Cerberus. So that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
And you have the moon side, where you have Yue, who's your next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was always a Card Captor Sakura fan.
No, that's fine.
So that lore, I'm very...
It was
there.
a great. I like Clamp. That's where I got into Clamp, and then that's where I
Yes.
got into Bassa Chronicles and Exodus Holic.
The only thing that... Because the thing is, you know when it's Clamp, because all you have to do is look at the artwork.
Yeah,
It's
long
a
legs,
specific art style of lanky people.
long ass legs. I'm just like, man,
Well,
yoga
that
must be
was kind of
crazy
the
with these
aesthetic
people.
with Galaxy Express. All the women had
Well-
ridiculous long hair, great legs.
But see, it's different though, because Galaxy Express did it, but you can still tell body features. Like, you can have long hair, long arms, long legs, but you still could tell the curves of them.
Yeah, you
Clamp
can.
doesn't do that. You have
Yeah,
legs.
You can.
That's just basic leg.
Basically.
Yeah, you have,
That is,
you have
you
legs.
see the character with legs that you know are in pants, but you never bother to question about what their physical frame under that is because it's just leg with pants.
It's just like
leg. And then
It's
they do the
never
eyes.
going to show a muscle. You are not gonna. The only way you will know a character is flexing is if that character is specifically designed to have the muscles to flex, i.e., Tsubasa Chronicles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that samurai guy, fuck, Ryu Inosuke or Ryu something, but he's the only one I saw with muscles.
It's hard to know him by his real name because his English voice actor is Vegeta, so I just put it as Vegeta there.
Wait, which Vegeta we talking about? He
still acts like Vegeta. He 100% still does.
The Funimation one or the other?
Veggie.
The Funimation or the OG Vegeta?
Funimation Vegeta.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Sabat.
Oh, okay.
So it makes it entertaining in that alone because you get that voice constantly when there's banter. You get Vegeta.
But my problem with Tsubasa Chronicles is like they stopped with the anime and then they did that Tokyo Revelation shit, which is like out of nowhere. They give you so many answers and questions. Like, what the fuck? There's out of nothing, and it's like you gotta go read the manga now. Like the fuck.
Well, even then, it doesn't do you any good because they advance the plot too fast in awkward points. Because Faye himself, the whole story behind them, they tried to condense it in that movie. And it's like there's a full fucking arc dedicated to that.
Right? And it's just like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, this wasn't this Sauron you've been traveling with. That's not the real Sauron. The real Sauron got captured a long time ago. This is some fake Sauron. The fuck? Like we're doing Westworld, Klingon, fucking.
And then
shit.
they run into their other selves. So then you have Sakura like hanging out with Sakura in a mental state, but one must go because one of you has to be the memory.
Yeah, but the thing was that it was all nice adventures, being up to love, people bad up. Yeah, you know he had some shit with Faye. He didn't want to go back to that guy he sealed and all this other shit. But it was like, yeah, it's gonna be kind of cool. Then all of a sudden,
I officially think that they just fucked up because they were trying to rush too fast to X's plot line because all the other Clamp storylines that are in there, most people didn't know those stories. So they punted them straight to where X was.
Yeah.
Well, because that's where everything does change. In the mangas, that's where all revelations do take place, is in the X's universe. But there's a bunch of them, like, they should have been in Ray Earth longer than they were.
At least in the XX Holic on the anime, they kind of answered some more questions and kind of gave you a decent wrap up where he's still waiting for Haruko? Not Haruko.
Even then, we don't get the level of what we need to, because they have to fully explain who Watanuki really is.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you don't get, and the thing is weird because they were like, they put Domiki in there, but he's like, well, he's a great grandson. He just looks exactly like him. So you got to do time math in your head.
Yeah.
Because Watanuki doesn't age, and he's out here smoking, still waiting for Yuriko or what's her name? Yumiko, yeah. Still waiting for her.
I'm sorry, not Yumiko. Yuko. Yuko, the dimensional witch. Yes, Yuko.
Yeah, they're still waiting for her, and it's sad because it's like she still has those two little half-sibling daughter things that can't die. Still have Mokina, and time doesn't really affect them anymore. Like,
well, because I mean, he's technically the replacement because the shop has to exist and something has to be there.
Yeah.
But the whole time when he was going through what he wanted, it was just going to envelop in that. But Tsubasa Chronicles then reveals, like, no, he's also tied into Shaoran and Sakura somehow, because he's also a fragment from there. And you're like, what the fuck? Watanuki had his own crazy shit going on, and now he's getting tied into this shit. And he's just sitting in the shop. Can't go anywhere, but he's tied to the plot.
Right. It's so weird because they're trying to make it that Tsubasa Chronicles is the overarching for everything, right? Like, everything's based off that world.
Basically, they're putting that's the central world hub. If you were to watch every Clamp thing, some event happens in each Clamp series. There's one of those events has to do with something involving Tsubasa Chronicles. So they just kind of auto-edit them in an event that takes place that doesn't necessarily have to picture them, but it happened.
Yeah.
And so it's a sneaky way to do it, but considering you're doing it to all your works, you know where the fuck you can put yourself in. So, bruh.
People, it is time I say this. because of how you two were just the passion that you two have just brought made me realize something. I think the anime debate's gonna have to come back. I don't know, man. I really do think the anime debate's gonna have to come back, which means I'm gonna have to catch up on some on Chainsaw Man and stuff like that, and Jujutsu Kaisen.
I've been catching up on stuff from my repertoire, so I'm ready. I'm ready.
Right. I just started getting back into that. It's like lately I've been on a ID channel murder mystery type of spree.
Good lord! I mean, like, I just you guys just had to open those doors, didn't you? I mean, like, god damn it! I mean, we're gonna have. Oh god, I can't believe it. Here we go again with an anime.
If we were gonna express Yuko, like, I love XX Hall. Like, I love it. I mean, technically, it's Holic or however I get the premise, but because I have the actual anime, I have the other season that never got released officially, but is over in Japan. What is the second season? Because I think it's like Holic K.
Oh, it's
and then I have what later I found out was the live action, which is actually really good. But of course made by Japan, so that's why. But it was not Americans trying to be like, we could do this aesthetic. No.
That said, we are coming close to time. Because Tyler said he might be down for next week, and I really would like to hear his 2 cents on anime. So do you guys want to do next week, or do you want to keep doing the Slab Lounge rotation?
I'm fine with either officially. If he's free enough and can show up, we can go ahead and do it then. But if not, then we could just wait till the regular rotation. Hopefully he'll be free so he can join.
What about you, Bobbert? Because I do want to do a Christmas special as well. Bobbert?
I mean, I'm free. Like, I'm taking off time from work for Christmas, but I'm just chilling at home, not doing shit.
Okay. Then tune in next week, everybody. That's all the time we have, because the anime debate's coming back in full fucking swing. Take care, everybody.